Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to be reviewing a new collection from Rephr Cosmetics. They have their, I guess the name is Berlin 89 palette, which I am using on my eyes right now. And this palette just launched along with some really fun, colorful eyeliners. In this video I'm going to show you swatches. We're going to do a couple of looks with the palette, and I'll of course share with you guys my thoughts on this whole collection. This little palette right here, believe it or not, has a multi-chrome shade in it, so I'm super excited to get into it. Let's just go ahead and get started. I just went to their website and it says that the Berlin 89 palette is inspired by the fall of the Berlin Wall and its role as a reminder that we are not meant to be divided and that all that was built to keep us apart will be torn down in time. This palette captures the essence of Berlin in the late 80s and 90s, the colorful, the gray, the beautiful, and the ugly. It's a homage to our hometown, featuring 12 brand new shadows in our tried and true magnetic formula, including Breakthrough, our first ever pressed multi-chrome. I cannot express to you how much I love the inspiration. I am not going to get emotional over this. I cannot express to you guys how much I love the inspiration behind this palette, because coming from Cuba, a communist country, I know how much politics can divide family and how much it can just hurt people in general. So I absolutely love the inspiration behind this palette. Let me go ahead and show you guys some swatches, and then I'll also show you the colors of the eyeliners. I'm still over here swatching. I have 2 colors to go, and I just remembered I still have a discount code with Rephr Cosmetics. It is a 20% off discount code. It's just Patty, P-A-T-T-Y, super simple, and I believe that it's going to end soon. I'm not sure if it's like right now towards the end of October or beginning of November, but I know that the discount code ends soon. It is site-wide, so if you've been wanting to try this or anything else Rephr Cosmetics, definitely take advantage of that discount code now, because I think it'll stop working very soon. Okay, so here are the swatches of the palette. As you can see, it has blues and yellows and golds and silvers and grays, reds, purples. It's got a bunch of different colors. I honestly, now that I see it swatched, I'm like, wow, this palette is so colorful. But for some reason, I didn't notice before. Maybe because it definitely still has your staple colors, like the gray and the brown and the black are really nice. The camera has not done the multi-chrome color in this palette too much justice, because I totally see so much green in it when I swatch it in person, but on the camera it either looks really pink or really purple. I'm going to show you a swatch on my finger to see if you guys can see it a little bit better. But here are the swatches of the palette. One thing to remember with Rephr Cosmetics eyeshadows is that they work much better when you first press them onto your eye and then blend any edges afterwards. I usually go in with my shadows and start blending immediately, doing my back and forth windshield wiper motions and whatnot. And the first look I did with this palette, I didn't remember that I was supposed to kind of like tap first to build up the color, and so I feel like it took me a little longer to do my eyeshadow. But with this look I remembered, and I immediately started just tapping the shade in place, and I had a much easier time and a much faster time doing my eyeshadow that way. So instead of like sweeping back and forth, first just build up the shade and then blend it out, and you'll get to the look that you want to achieve much faster. Let me show you the eyeliners that came out with the collection, and they were kind enough to send me all 4. They also offered to send me the liquid eyeshadows that came out with the collection, which looked really pretty, but I just didn't see myself using those too much, so I went ahead and skipped on the offer. But there's also 2 liquid eyeshadows that came out with the collection, so if you like liquid glittery shadows, definitely check those out. I'm swatching the eyeliners to show you the colors, and as you can see, I'm wearing one of them today, and I was so impressed with the pigmentation and how easy it was to put on. It was so creamy. You guys will see when I do the demo, I forgot that I was reviewing these eyeliners. Eyeliners usually an afterthought for me because I rarely ever use it, and I had completely forgotten that I wanted to try these, and so I applied the eyeliner after I had already applied my mascara, and I could not believe how easy it was to do that and how creamy these were, and it was just a breeze to control exactly where I wanted the eyeliner to go. I was so impressed. And not going to lie, I really love the colors. I could have gone for that fuchsia pink one with my look today, but I felt like my look had a lot of pink already, so I went for the orangey one just to kind of make it stand out a little more. Just look at how beautiful these eyeliners look. Believe it or not, I actually see myself reaching for these quite often, and I'll tell you why. First of all, you can totally use them as an eyeshadow base, and that would be excellent, but also I feel like I'm more inclined to reach for like colorful eyeliners to just kind of make the look more interesting than I am for just like a black eyeliner, because what's the fun in that, you know? So I absolutely loved these eyeliners, and you can see I just put them on. They weren't even fully dry on the back of my hand yet, and they are long lasting because I had to rub quite hard to take them off. Okay, so now that I showed you the palette, the eyeliners, and the swatches of both, let's go ahead and get into the eye looks, and I will be right back to give you my final thoughts. I'm starting with my Rephr number 15 brush in the color Republic, and I'm going to blend this shade back and forth on the crease of the eye. It's like a non-vibrant mustard shade. It has a little bit of a cool undertone, which, I don't know, a yellow with a cool undertone? I know, it sounds bizarre, but it's just more muted, I guess. Okay, back and forth. Rephr number 15 brush. Then with my Rephr number 1, I'm grabbing the color THF, and I'm blending it on the outer corner of my eyelid and into the crease ever so slightly. A little bit more THF, yes, THF, and we are building it on the crease, and I'm going to start blending it into the color Republic. So with the tip of my brush, no more product added, I'm starting to diffuse the colors into one another. Okay, so the colors are blended. I have a little bit of skipping going on right there. So back with my big fluffy brush, I'm just going to make sure it goes away here by doing little circles around it. There we go. Now with the tip of my finger and the color Breakthrough, I'm going to tap my eyelid. Tap, tap, tap it all over the center right there. This is that Trio Chrome shade. It's beautiful. Definitely the star of the show. And with my Rephr number 2, I grabbed the color Reunion, and I'm going to blend it in through the crease, just kind of defining the crease a little bit, and in the inner corner. A little bit more Breakthrough on my finger. And I'm going to blend it through the edges of that Reunion shade so that they blend into each other nicely. Okay, just like that. Back with my Rephr number 13 and the color THF, we are going to smoke out our lower lash line right underneath the eye here, connected at the end. And then with that same brush and a little bit of the color Republic, I'm going to smoke that out. A little bit more Reunion on the inner corner and right under here, just to lighten up the inner corner of the eye. Alrighty, and this right here is the look. Let me put on some mascara and show you the final results. Okay, here I am back with mascara on, and this is my final first look with this palette. I really love that dual chrome shade. I feel like on the camera it just looks like bright pink, but I promise you on the mirror I see a lot of green and also a lot of purple too. Maybe from the side? On the shadow there you can see that it's more greenish. Anyways, this is the look. Here's how I created the second look. First things first, the color Berlin, and I am packing the color across the crease right here. And I'm using a Rephr number 27 brush and just pack that color across to build up its intensity real nicely. And then once it's packed, I'm going to just do little circles around it to help blend it out, just like this. And now I'm going to use the color Checkpoint on my Rephr #1 brush. And I'm going to once again start by tapping it. And I'm going to start building up this shade. And I'm putting it on the inner corner of the eye too. Just back and forth across here. And I wasn't sure about the like orange-purple combination, but I did really like the way it just ended up looking up here, because the orange doesn't really look that orange. And it makes for a good transition. So just back and forth blending the shadow with my Rephr #1 brush. And I used the color Breakthrough again because I think it's the most special shade in the palette. So every time I reach for this palette, I want to use that shade. And so here we are. I wanted to show you the different tones of this one. See how it looks green right there? And then it's got pink and purple as well. So beautiful. Alrighty, so I'm just patting it all over the center of my eyelid. With my Rephr #3, I'm going back with the color Checkpoint. And I'm going to intensify the inner and outer corners of my under eye with it. Same brush and a little bit more Breakthrough. And I'm going to place it across the center of my under eye. And with my Rephr #26 brush and the color Berlin, I'm going to smoke all of that out. Just back and forth blending here. Lastly, I'm going to use the color Transit on the inner corner of the eye, which is this really beautiful silver shade. And on the other side, I grabbed a little bit and I just put it right here through the center to highlight the center of the eye a little bit. And I used my Rephr #28 brush for this. I'm putting my Q-Ting eyeliner from Fenty in the waterline, and I wanted to show you guys the difference it makes. Okay, and here's the look before mascara. Let me put mascara on and I will be right back. So I think I want to use this eyeliner and just do like a little fun, warm wing. We'll see. Okay, this is my first time trying these eyeliners, and all I can say is they are super soft. Super soft, super easy to use. Zero complaints on my part for sure. And I feel like it's like a nice little like extra detail for this eye look. Totally more of an afterthought because I'm just so used to not using eyeliners that I even put mascara on before I thought about it. But I mean, I really like the way it's turning out. I thought I had grabbed a Bobbi Brown eyeliner brush, but this is actually a Sephora lipstick brush. It's super thin though, so it's totally doing what it has to do. Here's my eyeliner look. Let me lower the light a little bit since I got closer. Here's the eyeliner. And now that I've officially tried the Lethal Cosmetics eyeliners, I really love them. Super easy to apply, very creamy, very pigmented. I'm back. I really hope that you enjoyed both of those looks, and let me tell you guys what I think of this collection. First of all, the theme of the collection you saw. You already saw that it matters to me so much, and I can't even imagine how it impacted people who lived in Berlin during those years. Anyways, loved the eyeliners. Highly recommend these eyeliners. The formula, so creamy, extremely easy to control. The colors are super fun, and you will probably see me reaching for those quite a bit because I just feel like this is just such a fun thing to do to your eye looks, just to add a little bit of an extra detail. Really loved the way that this look turned out. Even more than the first look. I did like them both, but I think this one was definitely a little bit more special. As far as the palette is concerned, it has a really nice price point at $37. It's definitely not a formula that is comparable with like Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona by any means. It's more of a pressed powder formula, so like I said at the beginning, it's better to like press it on and then blend, not as creamy as those other more luxurious high-end brands, but it's also a lot more affordable. Now the star of this show is definitely the multi-chrome shade, which I absolutely love, and I don't think I've ever seen a multi-chrome shade on a palette this affordable. So if you maybe don't have a multi-chrome shade in your collection yet and you've been trying to get one, but like all of the palettes that have one are super expensive. This might be a way to finally get a really beautiful multi-chrome shade in a palette that is more on the affordable side. So those are my thoughts. I absolutely love the eyeliners. I'm super glad that I decided to try those. The palette overall was really cute, but I'm not personally overly excited about it. I'm more so excited about the eyeliners, which is weird because usually I'm all about the palette, you know? If you guys like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you're interested in any product that I'm wearing today, definitely check them out. They are all linked in the description. And if you've been interested in trying Lethal Cosmetics, they have a palette designer where you can design your own palette as well. And you can get 20% off of your order with code PATTY still, which, like I said, I think the code is ending soon. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!